assert their dominance like they did near the beginning of the season. Game number 2 is here.
Game number 2 is here indeed, in the aggressive rotation already for the side of FTD going in with the Wailing Blade. And Arena of Violet is stepping forward, though. The Fennec, not exactly the person you want to be on the front line, as Moon is already playing so aggressive here on the Raz. So, nice dodge already from Grizzly Q. And if that's sort of what's going to happen for the rest of the game, that's a good sign for them.
Yeah, look how fast Fennec takes that bird level 1. I mean, that's amazing. But the thing here is there's a few matchups to look at. Raz in mid lane, he does not have the best wave clear early. And against a Liliana, Liliana doesn't have the best wave clear if you look at, you know, a Tulin who has much better pressure and wave clear. But Moon plays so aggressively on Raz, he has to be careful because Slims wants to hit, stack his passive, gets those 3 hits in, gets that pierce attack, and then Raz can go in to finish the job. So they gotta be really careful because they're both pretty squishy. However, Raz here on the Omen has a better matchup. He's a much stronger lane matchup, I would say, on both sides for the Dream. And as a result, you can see Romo already pushing out the Zenio because of his range advantage, his auto attacks, you know, coming from that passive.
So I think this is really the example for the side of Vitality. Giving up the lane versus giving, or like playing, do you play for the laning phase, do you play for the team fight? And that's, I think, really what this come down to right now. So we actually did see Omen get forced out, forced to back there, as we actually saw some really nice early play there on the Malik. But look at this potential rotation here. An early aggression here towards that Spirit Sentinel as well. Both teams, though, start moving here towards the top side of the map. They're going to want to try and fight over this. This is Azir. It's going to do a good job doing for the team. Going in here under Arena Violet. A nice spear from the Slims connects that situation. Moon's here on the flank, pushing the back, though, and splitting now the fight. You don't want to stand in that, friends. And now Slims might have actually stepped too far forward. Shurko maybe trying to go in with the Fox form. No. Gonna back right on out.
What a beautiful hammer cyclone there by the side of Arena Violet, just zoning out the team in completely. As soon as they saw it come up, it hit all 3 of them, the AoE damage, and then they had to back off. And as a result of all damage they took, they're now gonna go ahead and try to take the jungle and invade against Redemption here. He's going to get caught out.
Oh, Redemption having to hop back over that wall there. The blue buff is going to be going now to Arena of Violet, and that is actually huge. They're going to start to rotate, and this is what FTD has been doing so good. Every single time they get a small victory, they turn it into a big victory. That, I think, has been sort of the defining factor for this squad here. Oh! But Moon actually steals it, the denial. Oh, that was actually clutch. He did that as we are going to the Endure. Is there timing it beautifully, getting the heal there as well, and getting that Agilix put into the Malice to follow instead of this Reiki Blast is going to try and secure that, but it is on Azure, not the best target. Coco there with the Spectral R life stealing as well as Ika is forced to back. That is the reinitiation there as Coco is getting a nice job for Moon. This Raz play in and out of these fights. Goes at the target. He's trying to dodge in and out of this as well, but no, not able to pick up the kill there on. No, I lied. He falls, and that is the pickup there as well.
Look at these, all these ultimates. Zenio coming in the fight, saving Moon, forcing the 4G to back off, and then the Raz Moon coming in there, getting these beautiful knock-up, multiple opponents getting knocked up. This guy plays Raz so well, and then you can see Arena of Violet then securing the kill on the Chognar, but Moon, just stole that dragon, which was huge for the side of Vitality to stay relevant in this match.
Oh, that was absolutely massive, because FTD, again, finding a solid rotation, converting that into a potential dragon pickup there. Like, that's everything that they're doing so well in the series right now. That was massive for Vitality there, because that's keeping them basically even in this game, but they are still behind in gold. I just feel like if you're showing up here, this is high school prom. FTD, they're the ones leading the dance right now. They're the cool kid in the situation. And Vitality's just sort of falling behind in this situation. They need to be here, setting their own pace, doing their own dance in this one, because right now FTD are just looking so dominant. They are controlling all the movements of Vitality.
Yeah, look at these rotations, getting these key ganks here. And they're going to be able to convert this into a tower eventually. And again, when Finnick starts snowballing you objectively and in jungle, look at it. The Finnick is constantly in the enemy jungle, and that's exactly how you want to play Finnick. He's extremely strong in the early game, and Arena Violet knows that and is trying to abuse it. But Redemption is constantly getting these last hits on the crypts, which is keeping him relevant because Slims is going to outscale this Finnick late game. Slims is just a beast in the late game, especially when you land that Spirit Toss, because it's a 2.5 second stun at full range.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. And, a lot of Fennec's damage really relies on getting that Thief's Mark. That's where the bulk of his damage comes from. The autos obviously still do work, but that's really where he comes online. Whereas you see the Slims, he's just able to dish that damage across the board. Here's the Abyssal Dragons being pulled back now. They're going to leash that, and they're not a big deal. But Azur did not step too far forward here. So we see a lot of pressure here down towards this bottom side of the map. Both these teams would very much like to get an early Dragon side tower here as the invade is coming in. By Arena Violet, no! That was actually Grizzly Q backing up. He's going to redeem himself himself, though, with a beautiful Earth Splitter as the ult from Fenix is coming in. The follow-up is there, and we do have Sweet Taro and crew joining in the fight, but it is Coco in the backline trying to dish all that damage as well. And Moon is getting solo. Coco's going to trade. They're trying to find this. The Fox Swarm, though, from Liliana doing a lot of work out, in and out of this. So the Ricky shots there as well. Sutaro trying to chase this down. The cleave not enough, and Rez is going to be doing so much work. And is Ika still alive? Missing? No! Will connect, though, on the kill there. The Malleus, and it is Grizzly crew going back, though, and is the spear, the follow-up, the damage. They're trying to get the slams. They're surviving through this, but Shurko is going off.
Wow, that engage by the side of Arena Vi, and Redemption being playing aggressive, and Ika comes out on top. The way they were able to rotate and then collapse onto Ryoma there was such a good play. He had a huge Willing Blade Stun on 2 people, and then he was out of position, and the entire team then focused him down. Vitality didn't focus down Coco, killed him, and then turned that fight around. But the healing, the heals, the double heal came right in the nick of time, and they actually didn't stagger it. But those heals really saved the fight and turn it in Vitality's favor.
But here's the thing. You needed to blow every single resource there on the side of Vitality to barely clutch that. You needed a massive shock. You needed the Xennial ult. You need everything coming in there. And FTD still almost had enough damage. That is crazy. The sheer damage output on the side of FTD at this stage of the game is scary.
Yeah, and FTD, if they don't kill the Fennec and Slim's alive, it basically comes down to who's going to kill who after the ADCs are still alive, because they are doing so much damage from the back line. That last fight, Redemption, was pretty healthy, and Arena Vi tried to rush in and try to do some moves, but got immediately deleted because Fennec was so low on health. And look at it, they're going to get this tower here. And look at the damage Slim does. He also procs that third ability, that piercing ability, and it does so much damage to tower. Not as much as Fennec, but still significant.
Yeah, it is still significant here. I like this adaptation with the Slim, something we're seeing a lot more in NA as well. And just a hero because he's offers so much utility in the early game. He's an ADC who can fight early, who offers something to these. Oh, the spear almost going in. Shurko. You need fast, fancy fox feet here on the side of Shurko as these fights continue here. And of course, Liliana. Let's talk a little bit about Liliana here.
Yeah, Liliana is one thing that I would love Shurko do is to actually start out the fight in fox form. Go in there, burst a ton of people down, and then teleport out into human form because it's an iframe. It's an invincibility frame. Cannot be targeted, cannot be hit, and then follow up with the poke. Because when those 2 portals appear and your enemy opponents are trying to rush you and get a kill, they walk through those portals. It's going to explode, slow them, and do significant amount of damage. And then it allows you to land your Binding Light and Shining Light combo and doing a lot of damage. This is what I see high-tier Liliana's play. They actually start out in Fox form and initiate with the Fox and then transform back to human and then get off this 5 ability combo really well. So if Shurko can do that on Liliana, they're going to be in a huge advantage in every fight.
So both these teams are trying to get these advantages here as the Abyssal Dragon is going to go the way of Vitality now. And it is Grizzly Q stepping forward. The Earth Splitter not being much. Look at the damage on the Moon. The heal is there, though. He's forced to pop that Endure early, and nobody from the side of FortheDream has fallen yet, but Azure is going to look into going on the flank, and that is a nice stun. The follow-up on Redemption. They're going to try and get him out. He's going to hop and escape Grizzly Q. And it is Ika in the back. That is the power of Xennial. He's just so survivable through all this, and that is a nice Welling Blade, though. The damage is not quite enough to shield breathe there onto Coco, but it is actually going to be the Chognar who drops as well. Arena Vile doing the damage on the flank. The follow-up, the stun, the dare. Oh, and then again, a nice disengage there from Redemption, but Rez in the back through all of this. The Omen on the flank, the backline, but he's gone way too far. But Shurko and crew, they're not afraid to die. This is going to go onto the tower, and that is a lot of damage. Redemption dodging that nice special Ireland's Coco stepping too far forward. The plays from Redemption through all of this, but be careful. The Reiki shot going to try and secure this. Shurko, he's running for dear life. No, able to get it out of there, and now to Shurko in no man's land.
Oh my god, that was insane. All the combos and all the stuff they were doing. Shurko comes in there as Fox form, actually. He transforms human, gets the huge stun, gets Raz super low. Moon has to back off, and then we see Redemption dodging the ability with his flying jump from the Roma ultimate, the Spectral Ire, surviving underneath tower and turning that fight on, because if he got killed, and look at these plays, wow.
Redemption dodging everything there, and Ika with the global. Sorry to cut you off there, Sui J, but Redemption just decided he wanted to show up and carry his team to victory right now. 12 kills versus 8 in a 4K gold lead. This is the Vitality we were expecting.
Yeah, Redemption living up to the ability of Slims, which is the leap of Vitality, and that's exactly what he did. He dodged an ability under tower, dodging these key skill shots from his opponents, and then just following up with these stuns, along with Xennial having that Malice AoE stun, having that Slims flying spear stun. If they continue to combo this way, they're going to give FortheDream a really hard time in these team fights, and so far Vitality is just coming out on top because of the way Redemption is playing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of factors here. They're going in now as well. The Angelic Splendor. Ika's the only one going to be hit there by that Earth Shatter. But we do have Redemption looking to try and land the stun. He will find it onto Rez, but Rez will be able to get himself out of there. Earth Splitter only hitting 1 in that fight is actually a huge deal. But all the while, we have Coco soloing out the Dragon during this, keeping the side of Vitality, keeping their focus elsewhere now is the side of FortheDream. I really like this play coming up from them.
Yeah, look at this rotation. These 4-man rotations, pretty aggressive. They're going to get this. Oh, nice stun, but they're going to try to get this lane, and Ryoma secures the Dragon by himself.
That was actually really nice there, and now Ika is the one forced to back as Arena of Violet is there. That was a really great play. As I said, getting that Dragon through all this as well. The Spear not landing, though, but it is the slow. The damage coming in from Moon. He's going to disengage. The Earth Splitter is not going to connect, but they're pushing here under tower. The pressure coming into the lane. Omen is not going to be here for this fight, and Coco is forced to back. Azur and the crew from Vitality realize they need to start playing this more aggressive. They need to be the ones to make these plays. They are diving in onto the tower here onto mid. If the Spear connects, it does. It finds the target once again of Arena of Violet. And that is not the ideal one if you are the side of FTD, but it is now Shurko trading out here in Foxthorn as well. They are going to trade 1-for-1 as Raz drops. This is nice. The Spear going to connect onto Shurko now. Nicely done here. This is twice Grizzly Q has dodged the Spear, and it has hit the Fennec. That's not ideal.
Yeah, it has, and that was a beautiful engage there. Look, watch how Shurko is, like, Moon's engaging, and Shurko's able to counter, but look at the split pushing here on both sides. But in that last fight, the Moon goes in and was able to secure the CC after the Spear was stunned onto Arena of Violet and secure that kill. And then Shurko then counter engages, and both mages are playing so well, Moon and Shurko. Watch how Moon goes in. Shurko actually counters Moon by landing his Binding Light stuns onto Moon and preventing his engages. So pay attention, because that's going to be a very critical part of these team fights. If Raz or if this Leon is able to engage and do that ton of burst damage from the mage.
Yeah, the mages are going to be a huge factor here. But of course, these side laners too, we saw a fun little duo there between Sitaro and Coco there. Actually blowing the shock, dodging it out, getting the pinwheel, getting the stun, the spectral ire, the lifesteal, everything through there. I think blowing the flicker as well was Coco there to survive, but now Sweetaro is the one still trying to defend his very, very low tower as the reinitiation is here in the top. We do have Redemption throwing out spears left, right, and center. These are going to be the follow-up on these spears is going to be the crucial factor here for Vitality. They need to make sure that if one of these lands, they can hop on it in a dime.
Yeah, and Omen is actually not doing much in a lot of these fights here. You know, he's using his ultimate at the wrong time. Sitaro's it's a 1-on-1. You can't kill a Malik by yourself there. You need your teammates with you. And because they're wasting these Omen ults and they're not comboing what they have, again, they have a Lombard ult, they have a Binding Light stun. You know, they have all these CC to do. And look at this engagement. Vitality's just playing much more aggressive here.
Yeah, this is what they need to do. That Spirit connected. That just threaded the needle there. That was not ideal. Maybe they should have gone in with a bit of a setup there to try, or at least a slow from Azur to get that additional advantage. But I love it. Vitality is not giving FortheDream any room to breathe. They are keeping this pressure up, looking for these towers, and really denying the Omen split push. And this is going to be huge. Zenial split pushing how he should be. And finally, I like this. They are rotating the Omen to deal with that. This is exactly the response that FortheDream needs to be doing.
Yeah, they definitely need to stop the bleed here. They're behind. And right now, Vitality needs to secure the Darkslayer. You know, they're getting more towers there. They're pushing it down. They're getting these towers low, putting a lot of lane pressure, and then taking over a jungle, which is huge. Now, instead of Finnick, and you can see how Finnick starts to fall off here. This is why Finnick is so good in early and mid game, because of that passive from his Thief Mark's ability. He's able to clear really fast. But in team fighting late game, you know, Slims is just a lot better in terms of, you know, what he brings to the fight. You know, he has much more attack speed when he turns on Savage Potion. You know, he has his Leap of Faith does more damage for the next 5 seconds. It adds a little more damage to each attack damage he does. And of course, he has a Flying Spear Stun, which is massive in landing a lot of nice initiations or counter initiations against enemy team.
Yeah, I mean, if we do see, you know, some cheeky play from Shurko going in there as well, trying to get some plays going. Look for that to try and shut that down. Coco, though, is stepping up, going in against Azur and Sitaro. Coco's trying to disengage. We have Grizzly here, kind of getting stuck on a bit of a wall here. We'd have the shot going in. Coco going to get caught by the edge of that, as we do have the Zenial ult coming in, but that is going to be all she wrote now for the side of FTD. But it is Ika now going up against Rez here, And we do have a nice little duel. Again, this is the power of Omen.
Yeah, look at Omen with that red buff. He's getting so much slows on there, and Zenio just cannot get out. And look at the Darkslayer stolen by Shurko.
Oh, that was massive. A beautiful play from Shurko. Grizzly Q landing that Earth Splitter at exactly the right moment to get the stun the second that the Darkslayer died, to give them just frames, those tiny frames that FTD needed to snipe it. That was huge. All the while, of course, Omen is still split pushing this. What a brawl we are seeing from both these teams. What a great game so far.
Yeah, Moon stole the Abyssal Dragon earlier in the game, and Shurko's like, hey, hold my beer. And he steals the Dark Slayer. That is insane how he's able to pull it off with his targeting.
Oh, that was absolutely impressive indeed. And now it is going to be Vitality on the backs of all those last few minutes of hiding in bushes. They're trying to find aggression. It is all for naught, because they haven't gotten a high ground tower. They haven't gotten the crucial massive advantage they needed. And now they're facing down a team with a Darkslayer buff and with all the confidence in the world. Look at this positioning from Omen. He is going to look to go off here, and if he can find the Death's Embrace, which he has found, it is Ika who might be in trouble.
Yeah, Ika's going to be in trouble here. That's exactly what I said. They need to combo this and get these combo and stuns onto opponent. And look at that. He gets loud. That 5-man rotation with Darkslayer. You got to be very careful here. Ika, now because one person's dead, they can hopefully convert this into at least 2 or 3 towers. They got to get at least 2 towers to make this Darkslayer really, really worth it for the side of FortheDream.
I mean, Death's Embrace into the stun from Liliana, into the stun from Coco, into the Earth Splitter. I mean, the chain CC, Zenio lived for so long, but there's just nothing you can do about that.
So how these team fights look down? You look at the side of FortheDream, their itemization, Finnick does not have that much damage. He has Medallion of Troy. He has the Leviathan. He does not have that much damage, actually. The damage person is Shurko. They need to get on Shurko. But look at his turnaround fight. Grizzly gets focused, out of position, and gets killed.
Ika's not even back alive, and they're still fighting this. They are going in, sensing a moment of weakness in their opponents, getting 2 quick kills. Now Shurko almost getting hit by that spear. That could have been so crucial, because Zenio will be able to rejoin the fight here at any second, at any point. That's why the side of Vitality knew they could go in, but the tower is going to fall through it. All this as well. They're just not really paying attention, focusing on those kills, and they are losing these crucial structures here, and especially in the mid. This helps open up the lap. That is the last sort of tier 2 turret there that went down, so that's actually a big deal for Vitality.
Yeah, and look at Omen. He has Muramasa, so he can be doing a decent amount of damage, but look at the side of Slims. He's going to finish Slick Sting soon. That's going to give so much more critical damage, along with the critical chance percentage that Clad Sancti gives him, the increased movement speed, and also his ultimate, Savage Potion, does each additional normal attack does 4% of his target's HP. So Slims is a damage monster in this late game. So if they do not kill Redemption in this late game, he's be able to clean up the fight, and vice versa. Vitality needs to try to get onto Shurko and target him, because he is the main damage dealer on the side of FortheDream.
Yeah, he's going to be a giant killer with that, just chunking down the health bars of the side of FTD here, so they need to be careful. Now you're getting pushed back, but this is a back and forth brawl if I have ever seen one. 10 kills to 16, but this gold lead is marginal. Only 3K difference here. Everybody's pretty much level 15, so let's get into it here. Grizzly Q, we're waiting on you, bud, as we get into this late stage of the game here, where one big team fight could spell disaster. Sui J, neither one of these teams wants to be the one to make that crucial misstep. Both of these teams have the potential to win or throw this in equal measure.
Yeah, I mean, Slims has a critical chance of 50%. 20% from Slick Sting, and then 30 from Clag Sancti, along with...
Forget, that's not even including Runes?
Yeah,
or Arcana,
yeah, and in critical damage, 50% from Slick Sting. I mean, he is going to do so much damage, so you got to watch the Slims here. You got to watch how fast he can take these towers, how much damage he's going to... Even tanks aren't safe against him. He's going to destroy a tank as well if a tank gets caught out here. So they got to be... So Redemption's positioning is everything in this fight. If he positions perfectly and safely and gets these huge... Look at that. One Flying Spear chunks up 20% of Shurko's health.
That's huge. And honestly, like, we've shown that Redemption is not afraid to step a little bit farther forward here as well, because he's so confident in his mechanics, his ability to dodge skill shots here as well. Coco, though, maybe stepping a little bit far forward. They might try to look to engage him, but look at the damage under Redemption. Shurko finding one combo. They have to retreat. They have to know. They go in. Rez is there on the flank, and that is going to be the key member of the side of Vitality following here. Nika is trying to do work in the backline as well, but Rez stepping forward, being the great jump split in the team as well. Nika is trying to get out. Now they're in full retreat mode as Coco and crew are running down the side of Vitality. They're trying to look to try and re-go in here. Sweetaro with the Malleus, but not nearly enough, I should say, with that shock. He is going to drop. Coco will fall in return, though, but it just might be too little too late.
Oh my good, look at these dodges from both sides there. Moon jumping around, Circle using Fox Form to dodge all these abilities. But again, I said, the key is the Slims and the Liliana. Liliana is the carrier in this team. You saw how much damage one combo did on Slims with no defense, with just Gilded Greaves. His health dropped to 80% damage onto his health bar because of that one combo from Liliana. So if they don't kill Liliana and Slims dies first, Vitality has no chance in winning these team fights because Slims is their super hyper carry in this late game with all the damage that he has.
Yeah, that is crazy though, but Grizzly getting very low, trying to tank the tower, trying to deny even with the backdoor damage. It's so hard to defend this. Arena Valor has 1 minute on the core. Watch how fast this core is going to drop. I think that's probably going to be it here. FTD is going to maybe try and look to end this. No. Ooh, that is going to be close. That catapult minion died just in time.
Yeah, my goodness. The way both of these teams are playing, with them dodging each other, with the way that Redemption's using that Leaf Vitality to dodge, Shurko using the Fox form, abusing it, and being so aggressive on Liliana, his damage is going to be so high. And look at Arena Valor, now got an Ancestral Glory. So their focus cannot be Arena Valor. They're going to waste so much damage onto him when they need to focus Shurko. Shurko basically has no defense. Shurko is like a glass cannon, like Slims is, like Redemption is. So if they can get onto Shurko and delete him, then they have a good chance of winning these fights because Omen is going to go to the back line and focus down Redemption. He's going to cast Death's Embrace, which exactly what he did last fight. Rez got on Slims, trapped him, and killed him. So they got to protect the Slims. They got to eliminate Shurko and then stand their ground and kill the Omen when the Omen tries to go beeline straight to Redemption.
Yeah, I like the change to itemization, though, coming in for that Slims. Redemption's going to be trying to survive a little bit longer against Shurko here, and that's desperately needed here for this for Vitality, as we do see Omen trying to split push, and now, ooh, the flank potentially coming in here, because, of course, the threat of the backdoor is always going to be there. So how controlling these minion waves is going to be crucial here in these next few fights, as they're going in, finding Coco in a bush. Both these teams are posturing, trying to get that ideal setup, that ideal initiation. Redemption, though, cannot be the one to get caught out here. He cannot be the one stepping forward. Watch for Moon to start buttering up these opponents here. But this is very much a game of chess right now, Sui J.
Yeah, they're going to wait on who's going to initiate first. And look at that. Grizzly issue is pretty tanky, so he can tank a little bit of Slim's damage right now. But look at Shark. He's going in. He's used his abilities just to bait him potentially here. He backs off completely. So let's see how they're going to land these spear stuns, land these combos, and win the match. Because both sides have decent CC chain combos that they can do and execute. And they take that off, they can win these fights by eliminating someone immediately.
But here's the thing, though. If I'm looking at the side of FTD, I'm looking where these minion waves are. Like, even if they fully ace here, I don't think Vitality can win here at this stage. Just sort of where the minions are. Coco is getting engaged on, not able to seal the deal, though. And now Azure is retreating with half health. Sutaro is going to look to come in here and try and deny that follow-up. But we have Omen split pushing in the mid all the while, forcing Zenial to react to it. Zenial will be able to get to the fight pretty much immediately, of course, because of that Angelic Splendor. But Rez is also pretty quick at this point. He'll be in and out of these fights. Grizzly going to just back himself out of there. What a game of chess right now. This is beautiful to watch. Neither team wants to be the one to make that critical mistake. Vitality does not want to get knocked out here. They're coming into this the favorites. It is out all for the Dream. They need to be the ones here to find this crucial initiation. They have the ability to do so. If they can follow up, get these kills, they're going to look to end.
Yeah, what Redemption. I would love for him to sell his Scorching Wind because he already has a lot of attack speed and gets Fenrir's Tooth. Fenrir's Tooth is going to give up so much, that along with Clag Santa and Slick Saint, the critical percent, the critical damage, on top of doing 30% more damage when the HP is below 50, allows them to clean up the enemy and kill them really quickly. So I would love to see what type of optimization they have here on the side of Redemption, because honestly, they're full build. Honestly, both are full build, so they can sell certain items and get a better build on each side.
Yeah, when we do see teams do that quite often here, selling and rebuying items to suit the situation here in the late game. But it's Sweetaro being caught out here, potentially Rez. Maybe going to look to go in on this as well. And we do see the spear coming in, connecting onto Rez, but no initial follow-up. Zenial is going to look to move towards here, and he is going to rotate in, finding Sweetaro, though. It is Shurko going to fall, stepping too far forward, though. But maybe he'll be back in this as well. They're chasing down Rez here, trying to find it. Malleus and crew, they're going to go in. Coco is now going to be the target, as Azure and crew are all running in as well. But it is Grizzly Q getting so very low, is going to drop, but they're trading fighting here as well. Nicely done. Coco doing so much damage in the midst of all his foes. And it is Coco to be there. Moon is respawning here. And it is Arena Violet also respawning. And he is going to drop. But look at this. All the while, the split push here is going in. Redemption actually dies too. That was huge, Ryoma. And it is Rez now potentially pushing in here. Look at the creep cutting he's been doing through all this. The proxying is massive force in the retreat is Rez. Might actually pay for it though. Pay for his sins as he's going to drop, stepping way too far forward. That was not necessary.
He did not have the super minion, so he shouldn't have done that. However, Coco gets a clutch kill onto Redemption there. But you see the fight. You see Moon go in there, and then Zenio follow up the knockup from the Raz, and then the Zenio Malice stun. They are doing such a good job, and they killed Circle immediately. And because they killed Circle, they clearly won that fight. Like I said, whoever kills Circle first, whoever kills Slim first is going to win these fights because they are the key damagers. Now Vitality needs to make sure, as the backdoor masters themselves, that they don't get backdoored here by the side of FortheDream. And that mid wave is going to be critical. So they need to push down mid here and not let the mid wave push into their Nexus because, you know, the side of FortheDream may try to do a backdoor on them.
Yeah, they may try that indeed. And after all this massive fighting, after all this back and forth, the posturing, the dance, Vitality not able to convert a single tower off of that. They really just got themselves a Dark Slayer buff and are in position now to fight once more. Picking off the Slims was actually so huge.
Yeah, look at the damage on Liliana. No boots. Straight to Holies of Holies damage.
My.
And the Pierce from Hecades and Staff of No. Tons of Pierce. That is the person you need to kill because Liliana can delete the entire enemy team with all the AoE burst. And her amount of ability, 5 ability combo can kill anyone at this point. So they gotta be very, very careful here because Circle is the person they need to kill.
We are beyond glass cannon at this point. We have reached glass. We have reached glass howitzer standpoint here as we move into this late game. Shurko, watch what happens if he is able to land any ability on his foes here. Watch these health bars. Of course, Midnight Detroit are going to be a factor in this, but that's not going to be nearly enough because Shurko is going to be doing work here. Oh, watch what happens when he's able to just land any of this here. It's going to start to do work, stack up over time, but now we see how Vitality pushing FTD here onto the high ground. Watch this here. Watch how fast his health bar goes down, and he's super tanky.
Yeah, I like what Roma built here. Coco built of Cursed Death, which actually counters the HP regeneration. They have 2 heals on the side of Vitality, and that allows you to reduce target HP by 50% for 1.5 seconds, which is really good into a composition that has lifesteal and heals that we see. But look at Omen. Omen has 2 Medallion of Troys. He's looking and saying, hey, Moon, you're the guy that's doing the most damage, so I'm going to get this Medallion of Troy and counter you. However, they don't have any Ancestral Glories. Vitality has 4 Ancestral Glories. They can come back in this fight. And then Slim sold his Rank Breaker and got Medallion of Troy instead because they know the amount of damage Circle does. If they don't have that shield that Medallion of Troy provides and that huge magic defense, then Circle's going to just delete them. And that's a very smart build by the side of Slims here. But he's going to keep to opt to keep his Scorching Wind, which I think Fenrir's Tooth is a much better option in the late game.
Yeah, and it's interesting here to just look at how these builds are sort of progressing now that everyone's got enough gold to buy whatever they want. You know, what do they truly feel? And it's moves and counter moves. You know, you're building double Medallion of Troy. Okay, well now Slim might be more of a factor here. And okay, identifying where your damage is coming from, identifying what is killing you at this stage in the game. So that's going to be interesting to see how this plays out here in these absolute final stages. 28 minutes here into game number 2. Vitality, they want to take this to the game number 3. They want to take this to the ace match, but FortheDream is not letting go. They have an open win condition in the middle of the map here. They were so close to taking it themselves. They do not want to throw here. They're at the final hurdle. They are looking at the finish line, the grand finals against Team Noob. Both of these teams want to make this work.
This is going to be insane. Now there's 4 Ancestral Glories. As soon as I said that, they heard me, I think.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Now they got 4 Ancestral Glories on the side of FortheDream. This could be a crazy late game fight here with all these Ancestral Glories and in there with 4 revives on each side. That's insane. These fights can go any direction, so they got to keep that in mind. I'm sure they're looking at the items, but look at the Mail of Pain now being built on the Lumber as well. Lumber is actually extremely tanky. He has Astron's Buckler, which he needs to stay next to his team there to give that extra damage amp and damage reduction that Ashen Bucklers give, along with Shield of Loss. You know, he's got to not only be near his opponents, but also near his allies for those 2 aura, defensive aura items to work.
He's playing, you know, he's full into his passive. He's playing full into that support role right now. as we see both teams looking to push in here and set this up now. The Darkslayer, of course, will be respawning here in just a little bit, and it is going to be the point here because Vitality, despite winning a convincing team fight, they just didn't have the map pressure pushed out to a point where they could actually convert anything off of it. So they're going to try and look to set something up and get to the point where they can actually do something if they can win a fight here. Both of these teams, again, just the way the map is working here, with the way these minions...
Slims has both of Fafnir's Talon and Fenrir's 2. Those are the two best, probably strongest late game items, and I feel like Slims needs to sell that Scorching Wind and opt for the Fenrir's Tooth because that item does so much. There's now on Ryoma and Fennec, so if they focus the same target, they're going to be doing a lot of physical damage against their opponent, and hopefully Redemption does sell that Scorching Wind here because honestly, attack speed, although important, the damage is going to be more important because of his ultimate passive giving attack speed.
And finally, the fight is breaking out here. Coco is the target, stepping forward. The Spectral Iron, not nearly enough. Coco is getting so very low, but he is going to survive. Now to Sudaro, look at the damage coming in from Shurko. And now Rez stepping forward as well. Nobody actually falling through all of that. Somehow some very low health bars. They're pushing into the high ground tower here. Grizzly Q and crew are trying to defend here up on this high ground. Forcing out some backs though as Malik is forced to retreat, as is Moon. If they could have found the kill there onto Coco, I mean, he still would have had that Ancestral Glory, so he probably would have been okay. But in either case, great plays from both teams. Full committal. They don't care because look at this. 24 seconds, Darkslayer.
Yeah, and this is the key contest. They got to get the Darkslayer. They got to push with the waves. They got to split push and make sure both waves crash at the same time. Right now, Vitality has more map pressure, even though both teams are pretty even at this point. But Vitality is winning the mental game. They're asserting more map dominance, and as a result, they're playing much more aggressive. They're pushing the waves to tower, but they got to organize these waves and push it to tower properly so they can get at least one of these towers. You got to get one high ground tower because the super minion will deploy once you get a high ground tower, and it's allow you to push the wave a little harder. But you can see now map dominance is now being given up to FortheDream, and now they're exerting and posturing around the Darkslayer, which is the most important objective right now.
Oh, absolutely. You look at like sort of your winning conditions and what's going to get you this. It's finding great spears like that onto Arena Violet, but it's also things like this Darkslayer here, as we see both teams can look to posture around this right now. I say the word posture a lot here because that's exactly what both of these teams are doing. They're trying to find that absolute moment to go in and find the initiation like they are right now onto Suitaro, but he is just so tanky. Look at that, and Azur is going in, the Chaos Protection. Everything is lining up right now. Shurko's being pushed back, and the initiation is there. The Raz doing so much work. Look at all the knockups, the stuns. They're chasing this down as well. Side of FortheDream is in forward cheap. They're trying to turn as well onto this, and that is Shurko going to drop as well, but a nice damage to Spectral Ire. Coco getting solo, but he's going to drop finally this time. Vitality able to secure that kill there as well, as they have Grizzly in their sight. Their Redemption throughout all of this doing so much great consistent damage. Arena Violet was able to survive, sustain through all of this as well, as Coco has respawn in the back, and it is Rez as well, but they know this. They're going back for him. They're finding that kill there. The Earth Splitter is there, but it is not enough, and Arena Violet and crew are as well have to run, as Coco is still surviving, still sustaining.
Yeah, that was a huge engage by Moon. Again, Moon making these plays. Got onto Shurko, CC'd him. Shurko had 3 Holies of Holies, had all pure damage. They didn't have Ancestral Glory, but they got to fight together here at this point because they can win this fight. They're kind of split pushing. Chognar's not with them, but Zenio ultimate comes right in time. They secure the kill on Arena of Violet, and now they need to end this game before Shurko comes up because he does so much
Arena
burst,
Violet!
But he gets killed by Slims again.
Nicely done. That was what they needed, camping out the body. The minion wave is here. Suitaro is getting solo, but Azur as well, split pushing across the board as they're going in. Coco trying to survive. He's able to get himself out of there. For now, is the damage there? No, nice turn there as well. Coco,
wow.
The double in unison. Rez there coming in. The Ancestral Glory getting so much value, but that is 2 high ground towers falling.
Yeah, again, Shurko was the key. The reason why they wanted that fight, because Moon made some plays as Raz. He got in there and deleted Shurko, got knocked him up, and Shurko had no defense. He sold his Ancestral Glory, actually, and had 3 Holies of Holies. So this guy will do so much damage, and they got to be careful. Look at Vitality here. They're going to get and secure this Darkslayer, and Moon has actually a ton of damage as well. A lot of Pierce with Enchanted Kicks. He's opting to keep his build and save it. And not as much burst as Shurko, but definitely a lot more sustained with the lifesteal along with Ancestral Glory.
I love the little things that Vitality's doing, like waiting to cap the Darkslayer to get more value out of it, so they have the minion waves pushing up, everybody's in position, everybody's respawned and healthy and feeling good. To wait to do that before they take... Oh my god,
he just built a 4th Holy of Holies. A 4th?
He's not quite holy enough, Suije. He's just not quite there.
What the heck? The Fox Queen with 4 Holy. That's going to be so much ability damage coming from the side of Circle. We got to watch this.
I feel bad. Getting hit with that is not going to be a lot of fun. Somehow, I feel bad for Arena Violet through also all of this as well, because every single member of the team is dodging these spears and finding Arena Violet every single time, which is actually quite funny to watch repeatedly here. As Vitality now, again, they want to win this game here. Finally, Grizzly Q saying, okay, I'll be your front line. I'll defend this here. Let's go in, as the poke from Redemption is starting off this fight here. And look at the spears just coming in on cooldown now for Redemption as they're trying to get this third high ground tower down, putting the pressure in here as well. The catapult getting very low. Watch out, Redemption is splitting up the pressure here. Izika is getting that split as well here. Watch how fast this tower goes down as they're trying to initiate here onto Suitaro. But Redemption is going to be the target. The high ground tower will survive for now. Coco, though, needs to be careful. They might look to go in here onto this. And no, not following up as the minions are pushing it onto the core.
Yeah, but look at, I mean, Circle is not able to do as much, you know, with the Madonna Troy. It's countering the burst. You can see that. Look, the shield protects it, but the Nex is going to do a lot of damage. And look at the damage there onto Azure. He's able to tank it though as the Chognar here, and basically the Circle's damage not coming up because of these Madonna Troys. That shield is massive for them to counter against the Circle's burst.
It is here, as we do see Azure, though, starting to get chunked. We have the shot going in the follow-up. Circo not in a position to dodge that. And here at the follow-up, the Angelic Splendor, Grizzly Q, and crew are trying to run here as well. Coco standing strong, but look at the chunk going in as well. Grizzly getting chased back into the core. And Izika and them trying to push them in, trying to get these kills. Coco, the whole side of FortheDream are getting solo, but it is Sudaro as well, standing under the core here. The crits are coming through, but it is Izika. The core is getting low. Can they get it? Yes, they do. Vitality taking game number 2 here. They will take it to game number 3.